to me, please.
1 2 1 2 1 2. Tommy, can you hear me?
Yeah, that's it, right. Try that again.
Okay.
Right, give them a
Thumbs up. Should we start from scratch?
Yeah, go on, you're on.
Okay, it's the Champions League draw reaction here.
Take two.
Take two. We had some audio issues there. Let us know if you can hear us. Oh, someone says... Whoa, I can hear myself through this. This is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, that's off then.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
you
what.
can hear us. There's no picture though. Any pictures? There we are. There we are. We're all in. This is a new thing. We're just trying out doing it live. Having a few issues with the technology there, but the boys behind the scenes have boxed it off. And so now we can talk about the draw. Liverpool are in Group D.
Who are we in the draw with?
We are in the draw with Ajax.
Get in.
Atalanta.
Nah.
And... Ready? We'll have to do this again. You know, all this gold was in the first take.
It was.
FC Midtjylland.
FC Midtjylland.
FC Midtjylland.
Gareth Roberts is the hottest man in the world on pronunciation Google. It's an absolutely crazy thing he's got. He can always get a robotic voice to say something at no notice. He used to punctuate the office all the time. So, Midtjylland.
Yeah, FC Midtjylland.
FC Midtjylland.
Yeah, we've got them. We've got Ajax and we've got Atalanta. And I am happy and not happy.
Okay, we'll do the negatives first so we can get to a positive. Why are you not happy?
I'm not happy because I like Ajax.
Yeah.
The boss. They're like old school, proper footy club. Won the thing 4 times.
Yeah.
I've been on the tour. I've been around the stadium. I've been to the city. And then I just wanted to go back when it was us playing them. And we haven't drawn them since '66.
Yeah,
And they beat us.
They did beat
The
us.
bastards.
We fucking owe them for that.
We owe them for that. Bill would want us to beat them
Yeah.
for that. It was when it was foggy and all that, wasn't it?
Yeah, he said it was 5 lucky goals.
Yeah, that was it. So we've got to box that off, but it's a shame again that we're not going to be there. And let me tell you, there are loads of lids in Liverpool right now going, "Oh, lads, I was going to be doing bits in Amsterdam there, lad." And they can't go now.
No, it is absolutely like in a day where the lockdown discussion intensifies further. It is quite. I think all three of them are in different ways of kicking the teeth. You can make a case to do any of those away.
And
I've
they'd
got
be
no
great.
idea where Midtjylland is, but
Denmark.
you'd have a ball.
Yeah.
You'd have a ball.
I've got a cousin in Denmark. Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil.
That would have been nice to come out and see you, mate, but
Could have won the game, Phil, but you can't. Then there's you've got the Atalanta thing. They no longer play in Milan, but they're close to Milan. But Atalanta itself, Bergamo, looks like a great place. A really interesting little story that they've got. That'd be a boss one to do. And obviously Ajax would be the big one. I mean, it's whilst you're pretty sure about it, I reckon if you are in the Amsterdam tourist board right now, you're going to your bosses and you're saying, we've just lost out on 50,000 coming over here, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure a lot of years have been, and when you go, they're all clued up. They all know we all come over from Liverpool. They're all like, "You're a Scouser, aren't you?" And you're like, "Yeah." So it's a big place for people from Liverpool to go to.
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone has got a picture on that bridge.
Covers a lot of our interests. Loads of bikes, boats. You can wear. I mean, you can wear a coat. Quite. You can wear a coat quite a lot over there. You can get a boat from A to B. There's loads and loads of little bits going on, and then there's the obvious other attractions, and then a football match. And it is a shame, I think, for all parties, isn't it? As I say, it's the economy of Amsterdam I'm most concerned for.
Yeah, but in terms of footy, though, I'm sure it'll be good. I mean, we've seen them play against Spurs, obviously, fairly recently. I'm not a neutral, but I think it's a great draw from a sort of a neutrally Liverpool point of view. And what I mean is, the three hipster teams, Midtjylland are very data-driven, analytics-orientated. They've achieved what they've achieved. They'll be so happy to have Liverpool. Like, it's probably their dream draw, to be honest with you. So that's incredible. And they'll be, obviously, it might not be too dissimilar from Salzburg last year. Yeah.
So that's in there.
Anything we can do on the audio, boys? They're still saying it's quiet and also saying it's not that great. So just passing that on there.
We'll try and get it louder. So Midtjylland are like this interesting, fascinating little thing where, there's going to be loads of really good think pieces across a lot of the quality press around what they've done and what they've done well, and they're going to get a lot of attention, and it's not going to be dissimilar from Salzburg. So that's going to be great, and the game should also be good, and I think they'll be quite open, because I think they've only got one way to play, that's an insult, but what I mean is they'll be front foot, like Liverpool, like Salzburg were last year. So that's great, and that'll be the business.
Ajax, I think they've got no option but to play footy against us. You know, that's their tradition. They've got to come and...
Yeah, it's what they brought up on, isn't it?
It's what they've got to do. And Atalanta, you know, they're the ones who scored all the goals. And I think that, again, they've got to back themselves. And it's not an ideal third seed, Atalanta. You know, if you're thinking about a quiet progression.
You just tanked Lazio.
Yeah.
4-1.
They score goals, tons and tons of goals. And they're going to get the opportunity to do so up against Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker. And they'll be licking the lips. I think it's great. I think we'll have a ball. I think... You know, obviously we've got to get through. We want to get through because we want to win the thing. But, you know, if you were to almost build one where you get to go, well, won't this be enjoyable at least during this time of lockdown? I think we're in for 6 mad games is what I'm saying. 6 games that are berserk.
Yeah, a few facts and figures for you then. So Atalanta, second in Serie A. Currently, they've won 2 from 2. As I mentioned, they beat Lazio 4-1. They finished third in the league last season, 5 points off Juventus, who won the thing. They reached the last 16 at the Cup. They reached the quarter-final of the Champions League last season, and they lost to PSG 2-1 after conceding 2 goals in the 90th and the 93rd minute. You might remember that. So yeah, they're going to give us a good game. Ajax is a weird one in that they just stopped the footy, didn't they, in Holland? Yeah. And they just went, well, you haven't won the league, but you get our highest Champions League spot because you were at the top at the time. So it's not actually gone in the record books that they won the league. So lash them out.
Null and void.
Yeah, and the FC, what was it again?
Midtjylland.
So we play it again?
Yeah.
Oh. Come on, FC, come on.
Might have to start the video.
FC Midtjylland.
There you go, FC Midtjylland. So a little bit about them fellas. From Denmark, as I said, currently sit 4th. They've won 2 and lost 1 of their opening 3 games of the season. They won the league by 14 points last season. They got to the Europa League 3rd round qualifiers, 19-20, but they were defeated by Rangers.
So that's the level that they're at. I think they'll be really good. By the way, I love the fact that Robbo emphasised the 14 points they won the league by last year. Liverpool won it by 18. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget that.
And ours is a proper league.
Well, you say that, but we made ours look like a Mickey Mouse league, if we're all honest about it. Yeah. The Midtjylland rap right now is going, and it was 18 points, but it's not a proper division. That they twatted everybody. There is... I think that you know, listen, Midtjylland shouldn't get a point. So let's sort of call that one now. Midtjylland shouldn't get a point. They genuinely should end up with 0, but hopefully acquit themselves. So then it does come down to those 4 games, home and away against Ajax and Atalanta. And I'm not being disrespectful there, but that's what it should come down to for both sides. You know, if Midtjylland do take a point off someone, it's possible that actually will have a knock-on effect to the whole thing. I think the idea, listen, we'll go into every game favourites, but the idea that we get 18 points, nonsense, just don't see it. So I think that, you know, we're going to have to take our... I think what we've done brilliantly in the Champions League last few seasons is we've taken our hidings, we've been beat, and we've gone, all right, yeah, fine, we learn from it, and we pick ourselves up and we win the next one. You know, we needed to go, but both of the last 2 group games we've needed to get something from. In the end, albeit with Salzburg to finish top of the group, but we've needed something. And I think that's, you know, there's a real value to that, I think. And I've also quite liked, you know, superstitions. I'm all right with getting beat in the Champions League, like, because you can't. I'll start doing this on shows soon. You can't expect to win 11 consecutive games, and then we'll win 11 consecutive games, and I'll go, you can't expect to win 12 consecutive games. And then if you get beat by Ajax, it's like, see, anyway, can we just keep winning the league once? Yeah. And we'll still get through the group.
We'll have another run now. James has pointed out on the comments there, James Benny, and rightly so, you are allowed some fans in the ground in Denmark. Now, obviously, this will be a UEFA competition, though, so we'll see what they do with that information. You are right, though, we actually featured my cousin on a Talking Reds, where he'd been to a game in Denmark. He's been to another one since then as well. Keeps sending me pictures at the match to make me jealous.
That, is there?
No, but then, to be fair, he always adds the game shit, though. Don't get too jealous. So there is that situation.
Lads, you've gone to see Prescott Cables.
No, I went to see South Liverpool v AFC Liverpool Cracker. I wouldn't mind going to see the Cables, actually. But yeah, we're not talking about that. Someone put...
Live reaction to South Liverpool AFC Wimbledon next week. AFC Liverpool next week.
Someone put on the comments, which I enjoyed earlier when we were still messing around earlier, they said it's mad that Burton Albion are in the Champions League and Man City are still drawing them in that competition. Because, you know, the other thing that you always do as a fan, isn't it?
Have you seen United's group?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
United's group is fucking wonderful. Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Salzburg. Hang on, am I saying the right one?
That's Group A.
That's Group A, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you. Paris Saint-Germain, here we go. Paris Saint-Germain, Leipzig, and the Istanbul fellas that were a new one on me.
Backshit here.
Yeah, but all the best, boys, with that. And City, Porto, Olympiacos and Marseille.
Marseille's probably the toughest fourth seed they could have got, but it's offset by the fact that your first and third seeds there, they want to port. If it being Real Madrid, City and Marseille and Olympiacos, you'd be thinking, all right, but they should be absolutely fine there.
A bit tasty. Juventus and Barcelona in the same group.
Oh, my word. That is very tasty indeed. Who did Chelsea get?
Chelsea got, who did they get? Where are they on there? Gareth's eyesight is failing him. There you go. Sevilla, Krasnodar, how do you say that?
Yeah.
And I never looked that one up.
No.
And wrong.
All right, okay. Well, that's quite straightforward then. I think because we don't know how all this goes yet with the league games, and I think that's because it is so intense. The key thing for Liverpool, more than the draw really, is when those games fall. So what we want Midtjylland game 3 and 4, because if we get them game 3, it's the week before City away. So we want them 3 and 4. So we come back, we've got Everton away. We probably want Ajax at home between Sheffield United and West Ham, both of which are at home, because that means we have 3 very, we've got the big game against Ajax at home, but the other 2 either side also at home. That'd be quite nice. Then we want Midtjylland, home or away before City, so that we can possibly do a little bit of jiggly pokery around picking the 11 and rest on the pitch and use subs hopefully to then, without being complacent, because it'll still need winning, to then go and deal with Manchester City. It's when the games are, and I don't think they're going to decide that till tomorrow, because no one decides fixtures anymore. We just find out.
I know, yeah, they just wing it, don't they, basically, in this new mad world that we're all operating in. One other thing to mention is that the final on the 29th of May is at the Atatürk Stadium, so we can all do the thing, the thing, 2005 and that. We can all...
Is Ken Barlow married or not at the minute? Can someone confirm?
You know what I mean? Yeah, like what happened with popes and princesses and all of those things will start to build up.
How is the Pope in himself?
I mean, I just think as well, it's just nice to be talking about this competition again, isn't it? Because it's been 7 months basically for us where it's not really counted. I mean, I know you would have watched, the final and things like that, but actual Liverpool involvement, obviously we went out on that mad night against Atletico when it was a bit weird being in the ground. You know the story. But here we are again, fresh season, fresh competition, fresh set of opponents.
But it's something to look forward to, and that's why I'm really pleased with the draw. I'm glad it's not I know I get the Amsterdam point, and everyone's going to make the Amsterdam point, but I'm really pleased it's not, say, I don't know, Porto, Napoli, and some other characters we played loads in the last couple of years. It's 6 games, but 3 sides. I'm really looking forward to seeing and facing. And I think, current climate, the widest sort of outlook on things is it's great to have things to look forward to. Yeah. And I'm already looking forward to these nights, and they're not going to be the same. We're not going to get to go into the ground and so on and so forth. And we do know that. But I am looking forward to there being something to look forward to. A run of games to be able to get a little look at. I do want them to do the fixtures soon, so you can begin to plan your life a little bit around it. It's not just the idea of, for us it's to an extent jobs as well, but it's not that. It's more, I'd like to know when the Merseyside derby is. I want to know when we're playing Ajax, so I can begin to go in my own head, well, that Wednesday will be a good Wednesday. You'll do this, this and this. Maybe even be able to go out for tea and then watch the match somewhere. Maybe. And that's I know, but we need things to look forward to in these times, and this is something to look forward to.
Absolutely. Match day 1 is the 20th and the 21st of October. Match day 2 the following week, and you go on from there. The schedule really ramps up then, and we've just got games all the time, which I think, as Neil says, is a good thing, isn't it? Because constant updates around the virus and the pandemic do drag you down. You need something to escape from all that, and football gives us that, whether we're in the ground or not. So yeah, something else to look forward to, and let's dream as well, of course, of that final 29th of May, Istanbul, Atatürk Stadium. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And imagine we could actually go as well. That'd be great too. Will that do us?
Yeah, I think we'll do so. Anyone got anything in the comments for us? We're going to try and do more like this every now and again. This was a bit of a trial run, so hopefully it will have worked, and we will go from there. And it'll also, now, if you want to send people to it, as the Anfield app did this slightly mad thing on YouTube, where at the start they talked about the bit that you couldn't have heard. So we'll see if we can do something on that to edit it down a little bit. But if you want to share it with people and let them know that it's here, this is us just having a little go at this, and we'll be doing more and more of it. Any comments or questions?
I like Akshay. He says, I'm really, really happy it's not Atletico. They were gnarly enough without Suarez.
Fucking hell. Honestly, imagine that. Imagine 2 legs of Suarez.
No. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm made up as well. What else have we got? Really hope United go through to the knockout stages. They might fire Ole if they don't.
I mean, it's a point of view, but, you know, I think that ultimately, you know, the best position is always that you never want Manchester United to win in the tombola, let alone anything else.
What else we got? People just saying it's a good draw.
It is a good draw.
David says, I love the draw.
Get in, David. That's the sort of can-do attitude we need around here.
I mean, I've got to say that UEFA have dragged it out even more now. It's into a second hour. And, you know, earlier I was driving in to the office and it made me laugh because, you know, they're doing live radio obviously on 5 Live and they're going to John Murray and he's like and he literally was like Gordon Bennett was his opener because he was like nothing's really happened, Tony. You know, Liverpool have got Ajax and that's it. They haven't drawn the other pots.
So you found out about the sound stuff. Me and Lizzie both thought it started at a different time, the draw. And so we had Friday show booked whilst the draw was ongoing. This is a bit behind the curtain. We had Friday show booked whilst the draw was ongoing. But my attitude was, don't worry too much. I'll pretty much get this wrapped up by the time that draw finishes. Because we didn't take into account the fact that we are an hour behind and it was Central European time. So, you know, this is quite something, but it didn't make any odds. Because I think I got out of the studio about 5 minutes just after the draw had finished, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. It was near the meet, but you know, we were there. Eric Shipper, a long-standing subscriber of the Wrap. All right, Eric, he's a Holland fella. He says, Ajax sold Zajcek and Van der Beek, bought some new talents with big names. They'll try to attack nonetheless. Defence is an issue though with Ajax, depending on Blind.
Yeah, you could play a Blind. But they might lose Tagliafico as well to City, Ajax, before this window closes, as Manchester City try yet again to buy a fullback who'll do well for them. Another attempt. I'd say what you want, those boys keep coming. They are relentless in their pursuit of a fullback who'll do well for them. So Tagliafico might move from Ajax there, which will put more pressure on Blind. They obviously have never been able to replace De Ligt because he was such a threat for them. Within there as well, I think Ziyech moving on is quite interesting. I think they have to attack and they have to come at Liverpool. It's just cultural that they need to. It needs to be a game, and I think that's why, as I say, the same thing with Atalanta, and I expect the same thing from Midtjylland. It will be a fascinating game after fascinating game.
It will be, and let's try and win it 7 times in Istanbul. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? And look, the other side in this frigging islands has got as many as we have. We are European royalty, and we should be going for it again. And we've got a side as well, more than capable of going all the way. When the draw was done earlier, I just thought, well, you know, it's not you, is it, Everton? It's not you, is it, Arsenal? Hiya, Sam. Yeah, that has been our reaction to the Champions League. There'll be loads more podcast video and on the site across the week. And of course, we've got Arsenal later as well, again, in the Cup. Up the Reds.